Guys, Yames game number 4. I don't know how this evening turned out the way it did, but you know what? I've enjoyed it. So let's just fucking full send our 4th Yames game of the evening. Discover my body. In the year 2040, human beings look for increasingly strange solutions in hopes of finding connection and community. Distrusting previous institutions that supposedly brought people together in common, lonely people look to technology and science for answers. One such new technology is a psychically powerful lab-synthesized fungi. You, a medical student at the local university, have been brought in to do, I think, human trials. Ah, you must be the new student Dr. Morrison was speaking of. I hear you are quite bright. Have you ever studied a physical transbolituian flower before? I don't know what I just said. I see. Well, you're in for quite a treat. I have assisted with many flowerings before. However, this is my first time in the hot seat. This facility is equipped with a neutron coronal scanner. You'll be able to view my transformation and its various effects on my bodily systems. Just navigate the icon over my body and scan for info points to click on. My brain's Broca area has been linked to a digital readout, so even when I am at the point where I am beyond human speech, I will be able to communicate. Well, please begin your examination. I don't understand. Ah, okay. Oh, look at him. Bud, you got quite the bod on you. Look at you with your flesh parts. We got to make sure we get what? I was going to say like the feet, but then I guess that's the fungus. Ah, you've discovered the injection site. 2 weeks ago, Dr. Morrison took a bone-deep needle to my right shin. It hurt like hell. However, what he injected was worth its weight in gold. It was a skin graft of a successful PTB flowering. What's that? It kind of looks like a face? Well, the PTB organism is a psychical organism. Or physical organism. Its physical manifestation draws from a shared pool of all its denizens' traumas, fears, and dreams. I believe that's my mother's face on my shin. Oh, how I miss her. But enough about me. Please continue the examination. I'm miserable that you exist. I know we can go into the other, like, subdermal sections. Just exhausting my scans, y'all. Ooh, this looks promising. Ah, you've discovered my rotting bones. I don't know why. I don't know what I was expecting. Yes, the rot has set in, certainly. It itches like the devil, but soft bones are required for the PTB to do its work. The human body was never intended to experience a flowering. In the process, one is contorted psychically and physically. Soft, rotting bones are pliable enough to assume a flowering shape. Again, though, very painful stuff. When I begin to scream, I expect you to keep your cool, though. This should all be academic to you. Are you getting any class credit for this, by the way? I see. Well, please continue. Remember when you couldn't understand why this game had the comedy tag? All right, smart ass. You're right. It did. It got me. This is just class for me. This is officially the worst class I have this semester. My dreams are haunted. Ah, you've discovered the primordial inhibitor. This is a device implanted in my brainstem, which helps to undo certain evolutionary safeguards against operations like this. It limits bodily and mental reactivity to meta-existential stimuli. In not too many words, the flowering is an evolutionary aberration, one which requires some retooling of our formation of mental concepts. For instance, one who has flowered does not experience the human idea of time. But if I tried an apprehended this with my regular old monkey brain, I would go quite insane. But anyway, please go on. Discover, explore. Ah, according to the concentration of the PTB in my blood, I will begin the flowering process very soon. Quick, give me your wallet to bite down on. Guys, I did not keep my cool. It does look a little tasty. Wow, that hurt. Sorry. I seem to have bit down too hard and broken a couple of teeth. Give me a moment to spit them out. Now then, as you can see by my face, I am midway through the flowering process. Hurrah! I can feel the inkling of a panpsychic connection, and my body has experienced amazing and terrible growth. See for yourself. Oh boy. You're just a big old flowery boy. I wish I could click and drag this rather than having it follow where I click. Okay. So you still got kind of some human shapes, but now there's a lot of not human shapes. Apparently that was not important enough. Ah, you've discovered my new minds. To the extent that the brain is a mind, that is. We'll leave that to the philosophers. As my own mind brain disintegrates into the group mind, what remains of my body becomes a small distribution of other flowering mind brains. As we speak, I am flooded with powerful memories that are not my own. I feel, well, it's hard to even use the word I anymore. Even to distinguish ourselves from our timeless unity seems wrong. I feel infinite pleasure as well as infinite pain. Is this what death is? Point well taken. Ah, you discovered my bone growths. As I was saying about the dramatic changes a PTB flowering occurs, well, now at a bone deep level, my skeletal system is basically sponge cake. But look closer. My bone fragments have begun to reassemble into a complicated, if fragile, latticework of wafer-thin psychic receptors. Some of the bones are poking out of my skin. I knew that. I felt it. Please, go on. It feels like this giant growth is something I should be scanning. Is there nothing else for me to scan? I guess I kind of had the picture that there would be something to scan on each layer at each stage. Ah, there is. Ah, you've discovered that my hands have fallen off. Well, I suppose I'll never play the violin again. Joking aside, this is pretty much to be expected. Part of the primordial inhibitor is to disassociate brain and hand connectedness. As a result of all this, the hands fall off, as they are merely vestigial baggage, standing in the way of a superior evolution. I'm sorry, just briefly had a bit of an ego death there for a moment. I can feel my thoughts intertwine in the rhizomatic group mind. Please continue. Ah, I see we're at the final stages. I complete the flowering. Infinite pleasure, pain, death. I am so happy. I am so happy. I am so happy. That one was fun, if for nothing more. Like, I think he made the right choice to make that one as quick as he did, because if that goes on much longer, I think the game kind of spirals out of control. Dude, this guy Yames is a wild cat. I fully get that this stuff is not for everyone. He's definitely kind of shooting to a very narrow target audience. Probably more specifically, no target audience. These very much just strike me as things that he's just like, I've got them in my mind and I need to make them. But man, he's a talented cat. These are pretty wild.